And now, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our next session, which is our final panel session of the day, panel number 8, Shaping a Sustainable Future. So while we get the stage ready for you, it's my duty to read out what's coming up for this particular panel session. Shaping a Sustainable Future for India, how insurers can help. And we have with us a very solid expert of panels with us who are going to talk on how the insurance industry is shaping and reshaping in the recent years and, of course, the years to come in. Some of the pointers of discussion with this eminent panel of experts are going to discuss. Let me just highlight to you the changing face of the insurance industry in India, changing dynamics of the insurance business in India, how technology has impacted India's insurance industry and the journey ahead, digital trends in the insurance industry, how innovations in technology are transforming the business insurance in India. Are traditional insurers digitizing quickly enough? Technology and innovation in insurance, the present and the future. Where do you see the insurance industry heading in the next 10 years? These are some of the pointers and, of course, many more which our eminent panel members would be discussing it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, would like to quickly highlight to you that we are quickly closing on our 2 contests, the SAS contest and the Sinex LinkedIn contest. So our humble request, those of you who are yet to fill in the feedback forms of SAS, please do that before we wrap up and we take the final entries of the SAS feedback forms for the SAS contest, the winner to be announced before the award ceremony on the stage. One lucky winner, SAS is going to give an exciting gift hamper. And for the Sinex LinkedIn contest, those of you who have still not participated, please do that. Please do your postings in your LinkedIn page. Just do not forget to tag @Sinex Group, SYNNEX GROUP in all of your postings. One person gets a chance to win a brand new smartphone from Sinex with the most innovative and maximum postings. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let us proceed ahead with our final panel. And please help me welcome with a thunderous round of applause for this eminent expert panel and the panel members that we have here. Joining us first in the panel, Mr. Shankar Mishra, Senior Vice President, Customer Experience, Future Generali India Insurance. A big round of applause to Mr. Shankar Mishra. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. Joining us next in this panel, we have Mr. Mahesh Agrawal, Head of Core IT Applications and Information Management from SBI General Insurance. A big round of applause to Mahesh. Mahesh, welcome back to the panel again. Please have your seat. Joining next, we have Dr. Pankaj Srivastava, Head of Fraud from Aditya Birla Health Insurance. A big round of applause to Mahesh. Mahesh, welcome to the panel. Please have your seat. Joining next, we have Mr. Amit CEO from Quantique Metadata. A big round of applause to Amit. Amit, welcome to the panel. Please have your seat, Amit. Joining next, we have Mr. Subbiah, Head of Claims Investigation and Recovery from Cholamandalam MS General Insurance. A big round of applause to Mr. Subbiah. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next in the panel, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ms. Sapna Desai, CMO from ManipalCigna Health Insurance. A big round of applause to Sapna ji. Welcome to the panel, madam. Please have your seat. And now I would like to call on stage our honorable moderator for the panel, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dipu KV, Senior President, Head of Operations and Customer Service, Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. A big round of applause to Dipu ji. Welcome to the panel, sir. Now, excited to have such eminent experts in this panel, and Dipu ji, excited to have you as well. And all over to you. I think piece of cake for you. So looking forward to a great session. All over to you.
Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. I didn't hear anything. Good afternoon. Yeah, that's better. So, we all have heard of first day, first show, right? So this is last day, last show. So hopefully, you'll listen to us. That's what, we were discussing, because this is the last panel discussion before the award ceremony. And after all the, knowledge that you would have gained over the last, 2 days, right? We come in like, the topping on the cake, right? So hopefully, it adds value to you. So my job is made easier by the fact that I have an eminent set of panelists, all, experienced industry veterans in their own right, representing a wide range of companies in the insurance sector. And, we'll get going right away. We'll first start with, a round of introductions. So, I'll request each one of you, starting with you, just introduce yourselves.
Sure. Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So, I'm Sapna. I take care of marketing and digital sales at ManipalCigna Health Insurance. I have spent, a lot of time in the service industry. I think that's largely my background. I worked both in health and life. I've also worked in telecom. I've spent some time in advertising at 𝐷𝐿𝐵, so I have experience across service sectors. And that's really, my experience and where I'm working currently. Thank you. Look forward to the discussion.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I am Subbiah. I am handling claims investigation part at Cholamandalam General Insurance. And I have almost 17 years insurance industry experience. Prior to that, I was in serving Defense Force. I was an ex-retired Air Force officer. I was an air traffic controller by profession there. And overall experience, I most all have 40 years of experience.
Good afternoon, everyone. See, myself, Amit. I represent Quantique. And we are primarily focusing on AI/ML, and we are working towards to bring the insurance sector such a way integrate in latest technology, so the general public or consumers get benefited in much affordable cost.
So, good afternoon, friends. I'm a medical doctor with LLB degree, having 20 plus year experience in life and health insurance sector. I'm taking care of the fraud and investigation and claim litigation in Aditya Birla Health Insurance.
Hi, I'm Mahesh Agrawal. Started my career with a programmer in Y2K and pioneered in any branch banking. And today I head the IT applications, data and analytics with SBI General.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Hari. I work with Future Generali. Generali is almost close to 2 millenniums old, 200 years old. And here I've been taking care of the traditional customer service, complaints management, and also the experience across all touch points, the insights from the customers, and insurance awareness for all the customers. So great, looking forward to the interaction.
Thank you. Thank you to all my, panelists for, basically, making the introductions comprehensive, yet brief. So true to the theme, right, which is about sustainable future, we plan to kickstart with, how the insurance industry itself is, evolving, right? What are the changing phase of the industry? How are the dynamics changing? And for that, I'll go across to Dr. Pankaj first. So if you can just share your thoughts.
Thank you, Dipu sir, for a question. So I think I will break into the 7 headings that insurance growth phase of the insurance, how it's got changed. It is mainly because of insurance awareness has been changed, customer behavior has changed, distribution method has been changed, regulator is more flexible. From regulator side, we got more flexibility. Product innovation, because introduction of the BSFI sector and all this thing, there is a product innovation and there is a demand. Customer behavior make a lot of change. So as we all know that insurance awareness before COVID is mainly the push product. And after the COVID, people understand the importance of a health and term insurance. And after COVID, that health insurance and life insurance ka demand has been increased. There is an increase in demand of 321% in the insurance sector. People are started taking the health insurance and life insurance, especially the term insurance, because they have realized at the time of COVID how important to having the health insurance. And coming to the distribution method, that growth distribution method, earlier we have got the routine channel of advisor, broking firm, and banca insurance. But coming with BSFI sector and digitization, with the digitization of the India, you have seen that you can buy your insurance, life insurance or term insurance or even health insurance policy from Flipkart, PhonePe or UPI, any UPI app. So and digitization, with the help of the digitization, the health insurance growth has increased up to 62%. And with changing behavior of the customer, most of the customer, they prefer to, nowadays they used to be tech friendly. And they, before buying anything, they want to do the detailed analysis, comparing of the premium, benefit, services, settlement ratio. They are comparing all these things. And if you go to any platform like Policy Bazaar or anything, different platform, they will do the rate, premium comparison, benefit comparison, settlement ratio, they will show everything. And according to that, the customer can buy as per their convenience. And our government has done a lot of new initiative, like you have seen that Ayushman Bharat and Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti and Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Yojana. And a lot of post-COVID that insurance penetration has increased a lot. Earlier, we were somewhere around 2.7%, and this, with all this initiative, insurance penetration has increased to 4.2%. And we are expecting the huge growth. I think by 2027, we are expecting around $200 billion. The insurance sector will be. And in India, currently, it is the 9th largest, globally largest insurance. So I see, Dipu sir, it is a very great future into the insurance sector. And it's going to be a lot of product innovation, like bite-sized product, regulator, since the regulator IRDA come into the picture, they put restriction on the premium and all this thing. So it's put a lot of efforts for the insurer to please the customer, because when you're putting restriction on the premium commission payment, it's help the innovation, product innovation.
Thank you, Dr. Pankaj. And Mahesh, if I can request you to share your views, on the future of insurance, how it's changing.
The future is not certain, but I can talk from the past and then take to the future. Because when we think about AI and other things, we don't know what will happen in the future. Over the past 2 decades, the insurance industry is one of the industry which has grown like anything. So there are 34 general insurance and 24 life insurance companies with more than 2.4 lakh crore is the GWP as on YTD Jan. With such a huge premium and Feb and March to add upon, the insurance industry, if we look overall, it's a vast. But what is the penetration that we are having? It's just 4.2%. We are underinsured as of now. With the vision of our chairman is insurance for all by 2047. And all the insurance companies are working towards getting that vision, which is the future. And how do we get there? So regulators have come up with, as he mentioned as well, there are a lot of new features, new development which has come up, whether we talk about Bima Sugam, Bima Vistar, Bima Vahak. Insurance, a Bima Vahak is the one where a woman in the rural gets the chance to do a distribution of the policy. So with the Bima Trinity, which has came up with the insurance, with the regulators, the life and the general policy issuance will be made very simple and will be reachable to the last mile. Apart from that, the distribution, we have claims processing, where a lot of fraud elements, how do we stop that? So the regulator have come up with Bima Satark, with giving the information on a policy level, the vehicle details information about the past experience of a customer and many other things which are in pipeline. Plus, adding to that is about the machine learning, the AI, which all insurance companies are working upon, basis on the discharge summary, basis on the invoices that we get, basis on the customer behaviors that we have, and various telematics, drones, technology that has come up. So, if I have to just do a summary, one in all, the future is exciting and we are all towards achieving the same with a lot of regulatory push, right from onboarding to underwriting, to claims processing, giving our customer the best experience. So I believe that's from my side.
Thank you, Mahesh. When we talk about the future and when we talk about transformation, innovation can't be too far away, because innovation is one of the engines of change. So my next question is, how is innovation impacting insurance in India? And if I can request Hari to just share his thoughts.
Thank you, Dipuji. I'm sure everyone wakes up with some thoughts that today I'm going to change the world, today I'm going to innovate. But here we have seasoned insurance professionals, and I hope I'm not preaching to the choir, but I'll still add my 2 bits. The traditional way of doing insurance, like there has to be a name and face, a neck to catch when things go wrong. That is the insurance advisor. That has moved to many other ways of doing business, the API-driven economy. So we have got portals, we have got the platforms, the payment gateway platforms on which insurance is happening, or other marketplace platforms on where insurance is happening, the web aggregators. That is one side. But people still look for someone who can help with insurance. So while the search happens online, ultimately people want the comfort of the person who can assure them, especially when there is a big ticket purchase involved. That's one side where innovation is about empowering the advisors and how they can serve better to the customers and give the right products. Second side, on the proposition itself. So typically insurance have been about protection, but it is enhancing. It's now more of protection, prevention, and also the value-added services which can give comfort to the customer. So it's no longer about a health insurance policy that you buy and use once in a year or maybe do not use at all, but how can you make it to work? So there comes the aspect of wellness or using it every day and seeing that I'm getting fitter, better, and there is some reward by my insurance provider for that. The way of doing service, so people want service faster. Now AI has been introduced, so maybe in the claim education, if you can find out the 5 to 10% of the claims which are likely to be fraudulent basis the image scanning, basis the AI modeling, then the remaining 90 to 95% will go through much more faster and straight through processing. So that is something where insurers are working upon. The servicing through the various AI models, be it the bots on WhatsApp, on the website bot, or on the voice bot also. So that is again enabling. But what customers are expecting is that you still maintain the human touch. The AI can be there, but the AI should be also something like a human being which is informing there. And lastly, insurance has been typically very contractual legalese. Something very simple like simplifying that language to the customer and providing it bite-size, easy to digest, something which we are doing. We call it as a B1 simple language framework. That is also a very simple yet an innovative practice to make the customer really understand what they are getting into.
Thank you, Hari. And if I can request Amit to share his thoughts.
See, I could say innovation is going to bring very powerful changes in the insurance industry. We could, there are data analytics, big data, AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning, Internet of Things. There are various tools, and the technology is going to play a major role in Indian insurance. I could see big data and data analytics gives every insurance company generating lot of data. Now they have started using this data. So using this big data and data analytics, they are able to predict the fraud, their operation efficiency has gone up. Ultimately, they will be able to create a customized policy for every individual based on their need. It saves the operational cost. There are many benefits customer is going to get, and at the same time insurance is going to get. Now, if you see artificial intelligence and machine learning, there are a lot of algorithm has been written. So the underwriting rules, as of now, whatever is happening manually can be automated, and it will be no error prone, and it will simplify all the insurance. We can bring multiple products in a single umbrella, single policy. So I could see a lot of things, innovations are going to come in this line. Same time, if you see Internet of Things. Now you take example, every car is having one chip. Now you met with any accident. If IoT is able to communicate to the insurance company, it is able to communicate to the police station or RSA. So with the accident, second minute your RSA can be available, ambulance can be available. So many things can be automated through innovation. The doctor can be available on call. So there are many things are available. Now if you see these innovations are bringing some problem also in terms of cyber security. So if you see, the data protection is going to be a big issue. The fraud will increase because everything is now resided in cloud. So those areas we need to focus on that. So it will help us to use this innovations and technology in much better way. Ultimately, customer is going to get benefit. He is getting better price. He is getting 24/7 chatbot. In mobile app, he is able to do everything. He can settle his claim, quickly settlement of the claim. He is basically, customer is getting more protected and more benefited. So technology innovation is going to help the insurance industries like anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit. And I think, the one thing when we look at this, when you look at the future, when you heard all the panelists speak about digitization, when we speak about innovation, right? I think one thing which comes to our mind is the speed of change, right? So my next question is, are insurers, right, traditional insurers, large established ones, right, are they digitizing quickly enough, right? And therefore, Subbiah, if you can just share your thoughts.
Good evening. The question itself, are insurers have digitalized? Then if I say no, then everybody will come and bang on me. So the question is affirmative, yes, and louder yes. Because I can see three things from the customer side, three things from the company side. From the customer side, I can see proposal form, payment, and policy for him. From the company side, as a motor insurer, cover note, check, and courier. These are problems. Customer wants this. So company, we converted, today manual cover note, we completely abolished. We converted the cover note into proposal forms. And earlier, means we insurer, we know, they bank a non-maker check and it used to run for almost 50 days. And it get realized after 50 days or it bounce. By that time, the policy which is in his hand is valid for almost 60 days. By that time, there will be accident, there will be a third-party claim. So now the check payment has been clearly digitalized and you are getting online transfers, fund transfers, NEFT, and GPay. Every mode of payment has been accepted by the insurer. So we are digitalized. Now they come to the courier. We used to send the courier policy copy. It used to come back and the address changed or incomplete address. And it is a pain for the insurance company also and for the customer if the policy didn't got. Today with a valid email and a WhatsApp number, soon the policy is converted, it has been WhatsApped in his mobile number. So we are digitalized. So certainly I'll say, yes, we have moved ahead and our path, I can say our target is still more far. And today the data like IIB, Morth data, CCTNS data, it's all parked there. And the day it will start speaking to each other, then as sir said, as soon as the accident happens, there will be a trigger to the insurance company and the ambulance is coming. This certainly will happen. This is the dream. And the second dream is there. See, every district, there is a government hospital. Normally, postmortem happens in government hospitals. And accident is, every death is registered in a panchayat where death certificate is issued. Now, every death certificate you require a Aadhaar card. Every postmortem you require a Aadhaar card. Once you get the postmortem done, if there is Aadhaar, why the claim is not triggered for an accidental insurance? Once the death certificate is issued, if there is an Aadhaar, why a life insurance or a normal death claim is triggered for the insurance? From there, it has to hit the IIB. From IIB, we have parked our policy data. It has to come to the company for the claim purpose. So this is the dream. Like accidental, I am talking about a dream. For PA and health, I am talking about a dream, which certainly will envisage by 10 years. Ma'am. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, Sapna, if you can share your thoughts.
I was just thinking that I think this whole group from the last 2 days has been listening to insurance, right? I'm assuming. And you heard all of us. So let's answer this question in an innovative way. Okay, let's try this. I need participation, but. So how many in this room have any form of insurance? Hands up for that. Any form, any form. Okay, so almost 90% is what I saw, right? And how many of you all have got, all your policy details in a digital format? Great. Again, 80-90% answered. And how many of you all have got your claims received digitally? So that's quite a lot still, right? Anybody? Okay, let's do it, because some of you all are not raising hands, so I don't really understand. So let's raise them higher and better. Like, how many of you all have got disbursal of claims within TAT, okay, TAT is a very debatable topic, but digitally in your wallets, how many of you all have been managed to get that? Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate. So, we've moved a distance. I have been now in the sector for the last 10 years. I can tell you that there's a lot of movement of digitization. However, in my opinion, I feel digitized, the modes were always there. I think the adoption is much stronger now. I think pre-COVID, post-COVID, like banking, insurance also had a lot of digital channels. But definitely the adoption and the consumer usage is now 100%. I don't print proposal forms anymore. We used to print proposal forms. My budgets for stationery is slashed. We don't do brochures, proposal forms, documents. We really don't print them. Everything is all digitally available. There are claims, and there are, on claim settlement in 28 minutes. I think fantastic. I think you should give a round of applause for all insurance companies. Yeah? Having said that, there is lots to go forward to. As an industry, insurance has been a laggard compared to an FMCG, durables, food chain, Swiggy, Zomato. I think we have our methods and ecosystem is more complicated, especially maybe in health. We're dealing with hospital networks, we're dealing with the company, we're dealing with consumers, and we're really trying to string together this entire ecosystem. And I would say there are a lot of things that have made this really accelerated in the last 2 years, 1 or 2 years also maybe. I think one big role is being played by the regulator. Yeah, the amount of changes and the amount of speed with which we are now moving is immense. Be it the integration with the we have the National Health Exchange, all the UPI, Aadhaar, KYC. It's immense. I think that's really helping speed up, keeping all insurance companies, I can tell you, on their toes. Yeah, so I think that's something that's definitely happening. And basically, that's how the customer experience will really come through. It's not much about, products and services are going to be built through the digital route, the digital experience, that's going to be the differentiator. We've also said, I think the topic also, talks about sustainability. So I just want to spend a little bit time there. Now, sustainability is basically, if you really look at health insurance, last year the whole industry together, shocking statistics, we paid more than 90,000 crore in claims. And 30,000 of that was only COVID claims. So the companies and none of this was really funded. So they've just, been able to pay those kind of claims. And it doesn't really come in the whole profitability. A lot of people are still having profitability in the next 3-4 years. So I think sustainability is very important, and digital plays a good role because managing the entire cost of acquisition, the cost of servicing, profits for the shareholders, I think that's the way, and the customer experience. So I think at the core of it is how well we are able to use digital to cost optimize at one angle, and at the other angle is to improve customer experience. So there's lots happening. I think a lot of it, I'm sure, in this room we'll have examples, and it's a very short time to really take it to the depth. But I would like all of you all to really think of it as almost a necessity to, go forward. And it's not digital at the cost of digital, but digital because the consumers are changing, because consumers are demanding it, and the business needs it. So I think I'd like to stop there.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, thank you, Sapna. I love the way, you involve the audience, right? I think it's a good way of, demonstrating the power of change in the insurance industry. I just want to go back to Mahesh. Mahesh, we had spoken about innovation, right? So I'd like to hear your thoughts, in terms of how innovation is impacting, insurance today.
Thanks, Dipu. I believe Sapna has said it all when she asked the question, the 4 questions in the audience, and the response that we have got is about the technology that has made life simpler. When we compare ourselves with the traditional insurance, it's all about paper, and now it is paperless. So that's the journey from tradition to the new age insurance that we are into. So how do we make that paperless journey? How can we give a customer a better experience? Is it only through technology? Is it only through people? Is it only through the process efficiency? I believe it's everything. So everything has to be worked upon to give the best-in-class service, and that's where the innovation will come into picture. As far as starting with the regulators, I have already mentioned about the Bima Trinity which is being worked upon. Apart from that, the onboarding process, and we were discussing about the KYC process onboarding, which made a lot of transparency in the information that we capture. The web service which we call through IIB or through the various partners, that has made a lot of life easier for our customer to enter the information on the portal. And that's where the instant gratification also comes into picture. When a claims comes, we are always want to get the claim settled within few minutes. And how is that possible? It's possible with the use of data, analytics, or AI, or the predictive models that we talk about. Not only about a motor claim, where the tie-up with the NTUs, and they are helping to not only identify which part has got damaged, but I'm talking about the drones in the rural area. What happens there? We are exploring, we are working with multiple vendors as well. How can we use drones in a rural? Because a person traveling from one farm to the other farmer is very, very difficult, and that too, and when a NatCat event has happened. So during that period, the technology like drones comes into support, and that's something which is innovating and helping us not only with the information about the soil, about the land, and many other things which comes for analysis from that perspective. When we talk about underwriting, it's one of the very key area in the insurance world. But what can we do to make the customer journey onboarded quickly? We have the past history of the customer, the behavior of a customer. How can we make the life easier by doing the straight-through processing in a very quick and a very certain way, which will give my customer an advantage to be and to stick with the insurance company. So I believe a lot of innovations on these lines are going upon, onboarding for an agent, for a broker. So that's where the industry is also moving around, and almost all of us, all the insurance are looking towards taking the benefit and the opportunities that lies in the carpet. Yeah.
Thank you, Mahesh. You've heard, from all the panelists, right, how from their rich experience, they're sharing their thoughts on the future. One thing which I was thinking, right, as we discuss innovation, as we discuss the future, technology can't be too far away, because technology is the engine of growth. So on that note, right, I'd like to ask Subbiah, in terms of technology, whether it is today or tomorrow, right? How do you see the role of technology in driving all this in insurance?
Again, I'll go back to dreams, sir, future. So next year, agriculture insurance budget itself 14,600 crore. It has been allocated. Now, we moved from weather insurance to crop insurance. Now, from crop insurance, we have to go to parameter-based insurance. How parameter-based insurance? Now, meteorological data, almost 100 years data is parked in the server. Now, each crop has a certain parameter. Like, say, for example, in our side, we used to have banana. So, if it's a banana plant, if the wind speed is more than, say, 25 knots, our plant will fall down. So once, if the wind speed is registered above 30 knots, you automatically trigger the claim and pay. Why you need to wait for somebody to come and claim it? Same way, every product like sericulture, there is a worm that if the certain temperatures goes, the entire silk will dry. Same way, like milk product, every product has a parameter. We have to move to the parameter-based insurance now. Now, coming to the next aspect, the whole agriculture product has been clubbed into boards. Like you can say, tea has a separate board, sugar has a separate board, coffee has a board, jute has a board. Then there are cooperative society, various cooperative society. We have to club everybody for the growth. Everybody, we not leave the board separately. So if there is a guy is the board, we have to make it as compulsory for the board to get insured. So that is the dream. So if you take everybody along, like Mahesh sir was talking about rural India and drone-based, certainly everything is possible because digitally we can take everybody along. And when I was discussing with Amit sir, he was saying if somebody opens the mobile and sees his mobile based on a face recognition, he has to be automatically health insured or his some issues there, then he can register the claim from there only. This is, I am talking about not the 2-tier, 3-tier city, I am talking about the village level. That is the dream for us. So till then, will be under-penetrated. Now coming to the vehicle side, today our roads, fantastic highways are there. Now just get down from the highways. Do the state roads are equal to the highways? What is the state road status? Today we have 23 crore vehicles on the road. Now 10 years ahead we will be 46 crore vehicles. We are going to be double. Private car itself is going to be around 21 crore, private car alone. Are our roads are steady for that? Do our state government working for it? Do our motor policies and claim systems are ready for it? So this is all the questions and we have in front of us. So development has to has a double throttle engine, and same way we insurer has to have a double throttle engine for digitalizing every one of the system. Google form, you take the Google form, for example, everybody drive with the help of Google form. It will tell there is a right turn, it will tell there is a left turn. It will never tell there is an accident zone. Because it is available. Why cannot you put it in the Google form? If there is an accident zone, you caution him, there is an accident zone, you are going to cross it. So at least road accidents will be averted. So this is the innovation we look for it. Okay, so like this, if I keep dreaming, I will keep dreaming. I will pass on to the mic.
No, thank you. And Dr. Pankaj, if you can just add your thoughts.
So I think the technology, whenever there any new technology come into the insurance sector, mainly it is used by fraudster. And insurance company is the second one to adopt that technology. So on the lighter note, but during the COVID time, I think most of the insurance company used to getting the claim, and it leads to a lot of innovation. With the technology, we can do a lot of innovation. When I think with Aditya, we can track the customer behavior, we can do the claim intimation. I think most of the company, they have started the claim intimation on the WhatsApp claim intimation. They can resolve the query they can intimate the claim, they can resolve the query, and they can process the claim, and all these things can be done on the WhatsApp. And during COVID time, we used to get a lot of COVID claim. And it's lead to innovation, especially the fraud and investigation is the one department where the use of technology, you can count it, you can do the cost benefit analysis. By that much investment, you can get that much benefit to the organization. Like in COVID time, we used to get a lot of COVID claim. All report used to get PDF editor, and we used to get COVID claim for a person immediately after 10 or 15 days buying policy. We got tie-up with one vendor who is verifying the COVID data with the government authority and confirming whether the report is genuine or fake. So that's lead to innovation. Keep on technology, live on innovation. And with the use of technology, we can keep on seeing the new product, bite-sized product, which is required. Like if you 3 or 4 years back, we keep on traveling on Ola, there was no insurance. But now if you travel on the Ola, you can 2 rupees, you can 10 lakh rupees claim for your ride. So this all kind of the innovation which can bring with the use of technology, and especially the customer acquisition. In Aditya Birla, I think we are tracking customer behavior. We've got policy like if you do the 10,000 step in a year, 325 days in a year, you get 100% premium back. So we can track the customer behavior, we can track the customer need, and we can keep on connect with the customer without at bare minimal cost with the use of technology.
Thank you, Dr. Pankaj. And now we come to the, the last question of the last day, last show panel discussion, which is, thinking about the future, right? Because we've been talking about, digitization, we've been talking about speed, innovation, technology. So I'm just going to go across to Hari to start off with, and then basically ask him, saying, given his experience, right, what is the outlook he has for the next 10 years, right? So which means you're talking about 2034, right? How do you think insurance is going to evolve, over the next 10 years?
So there is this blog I follow which is titled, "The future does not fit into the containers of the past." So whatever I predict, I hope to be also proven wrong, because human mind is wonderful. It can come and innovate things that we have not thought of. Typically, we tend to predict the future based on past experiences, but newer things may also evolve there. But then maybe taking a paradigm of 200 years or so into mind, some things which have remained. I already talked about the human-to-human interaction, about sales advisory remaining there. Technology will play the role of enabling those sales advisors. So AI assistants would come. Who would they be more handy to the sales advisor to be able to do a better sale, to find out the right kind of products, to be able to do a need-based advisory to the customer. Maybe that is one line I see there. They'll have finer microsites and be able to brand themselves better and be smarter agents over them. Mahesh here, my colleague, was talking about less than 4% penetration. And of course, the regulator, the government, all the insurers are doing their bit to expand that. Now, insurance is based on trust. And I think, I'm not predicting the future, but a wish that I have is to bridge that gap of trust. And that gap of trust also happens because various parties have various interests. So, for example, look at a health insurance. The health provider, the hospital, looks at insurance as a way, maybe that this is a person who is safe and we can bill as we look at. Recently, the Supreme Court judgment has been also there to try and bring everyone on the same levels of costing also. So greater trust between the health providers, health services providers and the insurers. Similarly, on maybe the motor, which is a big line of business for insurance, we were talking about so many crores of vehicles. Typically, the claim comes through the workshop. The workshop would see that what has not been perhaps serviced so far, or what could still get covered into insurance, which by the technical definition of insurance is not due to an accident also. So again, building better trust, or maybe coming up with products which also provides all comprehensive covers for things which had been pre-existing damages, or things as long as they are reported in a certain period of time. And technology in terms of servicing will continue to progress. My friend here talked about WhatsApp. So WhatsApp will be also the platform for sales, for renewals, for servicing, the reminders, because that is where the people are present, and that is where insurance will go into. And products which will cater not only to be the masses, but products which would be maybe simpler, easier to pick and understand. This would be a dichotomy, simpler, but yet all-inclusive, because typically where the customer suffers is to see that, okay, this is not covered, that is not covered, this is the terms and conditions. So those would be the ways where insurers will be innovating, looking at maybe past trends and the future to foray into.
Thank you, Hari. Amit, if you can share your thoughts, on the future of insurance for the next 10 years.
So I see very bright and very good future. So in next 10 years, I can't give Modi ki guarantee, but anyway, I couldn't imagine. So next 10 years, if you see customer is going to be more demanding, they are going to look a policy for their tailor-made. They are going to see the policies are there localized in their local language. And they want to see the claim settlement happen very instant, very fast. They see better pricing for their behavior. If I am driving very good way, so I should get the cheaper price. If I am very health conscious, I should get the better discount. So I could see not as of now a single policy fit for all. that is going to be change. See, government, India economics is growing. Similarly, like the government has brought a lot of new schemes like Pradhan Mantri Yojana, a lot of Pradhan Mantri Shramik Yojana, Shramik card, various card. So I could see much integrated world like ABHA card, Ayushman card. So various cards, all the data will be integrated. All the hospital data will flow to somewhere in ABHA card, which I could see it will happen. So everyone health record is getting centralized. So it will help to everyone. Now the big data and data analytics will play a bigger role here. Now, if you see in India, financially literacy is increasing like anything. Last 5 years, you could see everything is online. Now, even you go in village, Paytm, and a lot of things, UPI is getting used. So similarly, revolution I could see in insurance sector also, where like a farmer can open, take his mobile and type his land number, and he gets the geography, he types the crop, and he gets the policy. Similarly, like what Subbu sir was telling, like for a claim, it should be very hassle-free, because each and every information, if any area flood has come, it is known to everyone. Now I don't have to prove that there was a flood. Because, so data has to be integrated. So data is going to play a bigger role, and I could see various changes in bringing technology, and I think that's it.
Thank you, Amit. And Sapna, over to you. Just an eye on the clock. I think we have just 4 minutes left, so if you can just share your thoughts.
Next 10 years. So I think if I have to look at this differently a bit, I think what consumers are going to be asking us, and I think as somebody says, becoming very demanding, I think 3 simple things. Know me, help me, and make it easier for me. So if you look at insurance in the current context, I think this is where the driving force will be, how we can make things simpler. Maybe a chip in the head, BP detected, ambulance, so yeah, you don't know. So it can be really very blue sky thinking, money in the bank. And I'm hoping it gets there as simple. I mean, I would say Digi Yatra has changed things so much for us. There's so much technology available. So, lots can happen. However, on the other front, if I have to also look at this, I think insurance for all is what the government is driving by 2047. And I think you never know, even the insurance construct can totally change. It could, health insurance, for example, it could change. Government hospitals getting into the system, government hospitals getting better, affordability could be more, government-sponsored insurance schemes we could all avail. So I think there's lots that can happen in 10 years. Also, I feel that the insurance product itself, the product design is also, it's time for some change. So yeah, I mean, it could be a completely different industry. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Sapna. And I just see that, we have 2 minutes left. So you heard from all the panelists, in terms of, how the future is shaping up. And thank you all for being a very patient audience. Since we have 2 minutes, if anybody has any one or maybe at the most 2 questions, we can, we'll be happy to take it up. No questions? Okay. So which means, people are waiting for the panel to end, right? And you're waiting for the award ceremony to start. So, the last day, last show, therefore, comes to an end. Thank you all. And, I guess, we finished ahead of time, so we didn't have to wait for the buzzer. And thank you to all my panelists. I think all of you, shared rich perspectives from your own experience. And as I said, you ensured that, we were able to finish ahead of time, which is not a very common phenomenon. So thank you all very much, for your perspectives as well as, your preparation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, honorable panel members, and thank you so much, honorable moderator, for this wonderful panel session. So ladies and gentlemen, that was our final panel session, not just of the day, but also of the entire 2-day summit. So I think they deserve, again, another big round of applause for this wonderful session. And what a great panel of experts we have here. I would now like to call on stage Mr. Vikas Kumar, Head of New Sales from Simplify.ai, to kindly do the honors. Because if you could come on stage and felicitate this wonderful panel of experts here. We'll start with Mr. Shankar Mishra from Generali India Insurance. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Shankar Mishra for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Mahesh Agrawal from SBI General Insurance. A big round of applause to Mahesh Agrawal for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Dr. Pankaj Srivastava from Aditya Birla Health Insurance. A big round of applause to Pankaj ji for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Amit from Quantique Metadata. A big round of applause to Mr. Deep for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Subbiah M from Cholamandalam MS General Insurance. A big round of applause to Mr. Subbiah M for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Ms. Sapna Desai from ManipalCigna Health Insurance. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Ms. Sapna Desai for a wonderful contribution in the panel session. And now our honorable panel moderator, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dipu KV from Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. A big round of applause to Dipu ji for wonderfully moderating the panel session. Thank you to all the panel members and thank you to the honorable moderator. I request the panel members to kindly step forward and Vikas, if you could kindly come back please with a joint group photograph with the panel members. And all panel photograph. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, once again for this wonderful panel that we just witnessed here, shaping our sustainable future for India, how insurers can help. A big thank you to all the eminent panel members here. Special thanks to our honorable moderator for wonderfully moderating the session, and also to our felicitator, Mr. Vikas Kumar from Simplify.ai. Thank you so much to all the panel members, to the moderator, and to the felicitator. Thank you all.